Greg.
Yep.
Go, Greg.
Hello.
You're with Aaron.
Yes, yeah.
Terrific. Good on you.
Yeah.
Good franchisor.
Yep.
So, what have you done with your past working life?
I'm a videographer working at gyms. Like, I'm in National at the moment and sort of just
Really?
too good at my job, sold myself a franchise, basically.
You ripper. You ripper. Good on you.
Yeah.
So you replaced Jake.
Yeah, Jake and Ben, yeah.
Jake and well done you.
Yeah.
So we know why you're here. Because you know the model.
That's it.
And you're with Aaron. That's great. Yeah. Good on you, Greg. That's terrific. Paul.
Yes. Formerly in IT for 20 odd years and then some. Why I'm here? Because I got sick of all the corporate and political bullshit that goes on in those sort of companies. I work for myself.
Fantastic. Why gyms?
Seems like the best opportunity. Everybody knows gyms. Yeah. It doesn't matter what you want done. Oh, you phone gyms, they'll help you out. Yeah. Why not start with the best?
Yeah. Good on you, Paul. That's fantastic. Who here has worked for the man before and is over it? Okay. Yeah. Yep. Okay, you've got a few mates there, Paul. Terrific. Appreciate that. Peter?
Yeah.
Go, Peter.
Yeah. Well, I'm a spray painter by trade. I did that for 19 years, and then I've spent 19 years in the TAFE sector teaching apprentices.
Oh, good on you.
And so my colleague, who also got out of the system, he did the last previous course, and he was telling me all about it, Matt Stone. Yeah. And he was telling me all about it, and I like the idea of independence and working for myself. And so I've worked in the private sector, worked in the public sector. I'll give it a go myself now with the backing of gyms, and I just like the fact that you've got the support. Went out with a couple of guys on the road, and they were awesome. One guy had some surgery, and the other guys helped him out, took over his round, and I just like that camaraderie, or that
sense of belonging, community, family, support.
Yeah.
Thanks, Peter. Thomas.
That's me.
Go, Thomas.
How are you?
Thomas from Queensland. Well, you're with Brian.
Yeah.
Oh, good. He's a good man.
Yeah, he's really nice. Yeah, I've spoken to him before. Good. So I've spent 16, 17 years in distribution, logistics, and manufacturing management.
Yeah.
And just got sick of the corporate BS.
Yeah.
Worked my backside off. Didn't see my family enough, and there was never any reward being on salary.
Yeah.
So the staff used to refer to us as salary suckers. 60-hour weeks were nothing strange plus on call. So I've had enough. So I want family time. My kids are growing, and I don't see them enough. And weekends are usually a write-off. So
No, that's a hard gig. 60 hours. Why gyms?
Why not? It's a proven formula, and I've done a lot of research. A lot of people said, "Why don't you go out by yourself?" Because I don't know what I'm doing, and I know friends that have gone out by themselves and they failed. Not because they didn't work hard, but they didn't know what they were doing.
Yeah. Where
you guys have a formula, and it's proven, and I don't want to fail. So I'm happy to pay the franchise fees to ensure my success.
Yeah. There's advice in there for everyone. Just follow the form, follow the system. It's just so simple. Good on you, Thomas. You won't be working. If you're working 60 hours a week with your gym's mowing business, you'll be a millionaire and exhausted. John.
Australia Post for 10 years. In the job, I consumed a lot of content online from what type of businesses I was looking at getting into. I started I gave mowing a bit of a go by myself, just on the weekends, just when I had time, and I found that the job was suitable towards me. And then throughout consuming all that content, gyms came up, and they were just ticking all the boxes: the mentorship, the strategies, the blueprint, and then the money guarantee sort of thing. So I was just like, yeah, that's an easy choice.
We've got Warren.
G'day, I'm Warren from New Zealand. Moved to Cairns 6 weeks ago with my wife. Been farming in New Zealand my whole life. And my wife's been following me around for 20 years. And probably 4 or 5 years ago, New Zealand agriculture got quite tough. Not much money, so we decided to move to Australia. She got offered a flash job in Cairns, and a gym come and did our lawn when we moved into a house up there, well, that looks alright. So don't really like working for anyone. I've been my own boss for 25 years. I have done a little bit of corporate stuff, and after doing this on big dairy farms, and after doing that, my wife and I, we bought our first farm, and then after our fourth farm, we thought we were going pretty good, but the government stepped in with disease control and affected us a lot. So we just come from a venture, 2 little kids, 6 and 2. So the idea of working for a gym is that I'm a bit freed up to do the kids stuff, you know, drop-offs and stuff like that. In Cairns, I'm not sure how it's going to work with the heat, so I feel like there's a bit of freedom there for me to do 6 or 7 hours from early in the morning up to kid time, and then my wife will drop off the kids and I'll pick them up. And she's making as much as some of the gym guys are, so we're sort of trying to protect that. And sold the farm on 31st of May and going a bit stir crazy. I need to be busy, an active guy, so kind of fits the bill.
Fantastic, Warren. There's a couple of things in there that I'm going to pick up on. Warren, you're clearly not afraid of hard work.
No.
Anyone here afraid of hard work? Challenge yourself. Anyone afraid of hard work? No? Okay, you will pass. It's big tick. Jack.
Yeah, right.
Go, Jack.
So I've chopped and changed on a few different things. I started off doing mechanics. So I did about 2 years in mechanics. After that, went into hospitality, did 3 years in bartending, gaming, bistro, stuff like that. And then landed myself an apprenticeship as a cabinet maker. Did cabinet making for about 9 years. And, you know, they promise you the world if you work hard for them. You know, you put in the hours, you do all the hard work. They're like, oh, you know, I'll pay you that extra bit if you go the extra mile. And no one ever does. So I was just getting fed up. I was at a point in my life doing the cabinet making where I just felt like ending it, to be honest. So I got out of that and been independent in my own mowing for about a year and a half. Yeah, so I had one of the guys called Walter. He's one of Dan's guys.
Yeah.
And met him at the tip, and yeah, for about an hour we just spoke there at the tip, and he was going over, you know, everything. And so one of the big factors for me going into gym was money. I just want to earn more, and I'm not afraid of the hard work to put it in or anything like that.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Where are we now? We are down to Nick.
Yeah, it's me. So I'm from New Zealand.
I'm so pleased we've got some New Zealanders here.
Oh, two buggered off yesterday.
Well, they failed.
No.
Your IQ is a bit lower.
Waiting for that. But I've done almost 40 years in the corporate world, being in grocery. So, worked with a number of those big companies like Nestle and Energizer and Arnott's. So, I've done nearly 40 years of that. And also just conscious that sort of I'm nearing that retirement age. That's sort of about 6-7 years away. So, I was sort of looking for a work-life balance.
Yeah, good on you.
And something that I could continue on past that retirement age, and you can just do it at your own pace.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And sort of, had a bit of sort of drastic change in my life in the last 12 months. So it's sort of, this 12-month period's been, there's a lot of change. So.
That's great. That's brilliant, Nick. That's absolutely fantastic. 40 years. I take my hat off to you, mate.
I don't know why I did it.
No. And you're right, you can do this for a long time. We've got a guy who's 81 in our region. I've got one who's 76. Okay, Raphael.
That's me.
Go, Raphael.
Well, since I left home 18 years ago, I lived 13 years in New Zealand. The last 5, I moved to Australia. Been working in warehousing for all this time. Get up to management, but I was sick to work for companies, and of course I want financial freedom and have something for myself. For the past 6 months I've been researching companies and talking to other people, other companies, and couldn't find anything that gave me gave me what I was expecting, or make me feel like, yeah, that's for me. I can succeed, I can have what I wanna. And then I came across with James, I remember from New Zealand actually. He said, I'm gonna give them a call and see how much I need to put in to get a franchise. And then I spoke to Ian in Queensland, and he is a very passionate guy. He explained everything to me, and the thing that I liked was he gave me actual numbers to show me how much work they got, what they can pay, what you can do. And none of the other companies that actually showed me any number was something, just telling me, yeah, this is the facts, but no sheets, no nothing. So I saw some bad reviews, good reviews, but looking at Jimmy's, I saw the structure the company has in the videos online, and then make me feel like, yeah, I think this is the right one for me. So I work a few franchises, I saw how happy they were. Of course, the best part, how much money they were making, you're just showing me. And then I said, you know what, I'm a kind of a handyman, I do everything around the house. Apart from electrical, I can do anything. And I like to work outside. Part of my jobs was customer service, dealing with people the whole day. So I believe I'm good at talking to people and have a relationship. I like it. And I said, you know what, I'm gonna try. And of course my wife said, I think you got everything. You're good with your hands and you know what you do, so go for it.
Okay, that's a great news story to me. That's fantastic. I'm really impressed with 6 months research. I think it's fantastic. If you've done that much research and you're here, that's brilliant. Okay, terrific. Moving on, we've got Marcus. Go Marcus.
Yeah, before this I was in credit services in New South Wales. I was there for 7 years. Worked in a sector there that's dealing with some pretty serious offenders and some pretty shitty situations, but to be honest, I overall enjoyed it, but got sick of long hours, especially during the COVID periods. There was a lot of thankless work there, and got to a point of seeing people jump out. My hopefully future father-in-law's in gyms now as a franchisee, and saw how well he was doing it and how happy he was after his career, and thought, I'm going to give it a go while I'm young. I don't want to be like most people end up in those government sectors as old, divorced 3 times and unhappy. So yeah, I'm here to give it a go and try and deal with a different clientele that's probably a bit nicer.
Good on you, Marcus, absolutely. Rod.
Yep.
Go on you, Rod.
Yeah, so I've done my mechanic apprenticeship and a few other bits and pieces, bit of interstate driver for a while, and then got out on my own doing pergolas and concrete, and that's what I'm still doing. And yeah, it's just been a bit of hit and miss and getting materials, and yeah, it's been making it a bit hard and a bit more pricey, and the consistency's not there.
Yeah.
So I'm after consistency. I've got a young family, mortgage, normal sort of things. So spoke to a couple of the blokes that where I've been working on site that customers had their lawns mowed and they're being gyms. So I spoke to them fellas, and then driving around Ballarat, I've sort of stopped when I've seen them and had a chat, and yeah, it sounds good. It sounds like they've got the consistencies there, even though it's with old Ballarat, they're still pretty busy and going well.
Yeah, no, that's right. So, and you've got some skills, a few of you have got skills other than gardening, and use them, by all means use them. Tremendous. You're with Matt? So
Matt,
you've got a good man there, so it's fantastic. Who is concerned that they haven't got the gardening knowledge or skills and they're worried about that going forward? Okay, well look, let me put your mind at ease. Don't be. Nothing we do is difficult. We do a lot of things, quite diverse what we do. Nothing's difficult. Most things that you do once, you'll be an expert. But remember, you've got so much support around you. You've got your colleagues, your friends, and you will become friends with your local franchise owners. But above all, you've got your franchisor. So never second guess yourself. If you're not sure about a quote or a situation or anything at all, ring. You heard Mo yesterday, ring. 20 times a day, it doesn't matter. That's what franchisors are there for. So don't be concerned. You will learn a lot of ways. Today we're going to touch on a lot of topics in horticulture. We're just going to go across the surface of a lot of topics. And shortly I'm going to introduce you to different ways that we do learn. And learning is so easy. Anyone afraid of learning? You're afraid? Yeah, okay.
I learn better in a hands-on environment rather than just someone talking to me.
Yeah, and that's typical of most tradies. They learn hands-on. So doing something with someone who's experienced the first time is often the best way to learn something. So, and we can arrange all that stuff for you. So please don't be concerned if you don't have knowledge. That will come, I guarantee. Good on you, Rod. Terrific. Alex. Jared.
Yep.
What are you
so I'm a fitter and turner by trade. Just pretty much been working in maintenance roles and metal fabrication.
Yep.
For big companies, and yeah, looking to sort of not be a number anymore and start working for myself.
Good on you. This is interesting because I would have thought fitters and turners probably in demand, salaries are probably high, but you're going to go and have a crack by yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
Good on you.
Yeah, not as high as you think.
Okay. Oh, okay. No, all right. Well, that's great. That's fantastic. And will be a husband-wife team?
Yeah, it's my partner, Chelsea.
Yep.
So, Chelsea, you're going to be working the business together?
Eventually, yeah. So I'm still working in my trade right now, but eventually, yeah, I want to be helping him out and I'll help him with his bookkeeping and all the kind of fine-tuning stuff.
That's fantastic. Good on you, Chelsea. That's marvellous. Chris.
Yeah, that's me, Des.
Good on you, Chris.
I've been a teacher for a lot of years and pretty much been in a school my whole life. I think about attending and then working. Okay. And yeah, wanted something different, wanted to be outside, wanted to work for myself. And it might sound funny, but I've always actually just enjoyed gardening. I like mowing a lawn and edging and trimming and having it look really nice. I just enjoy it. Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah. Chris, great to have you here. Sadly, we're getting far too many teachers coming through here, which is an indictment on the system.
Yeah,
that's leaking good.
That's not surprising, Des.
Yeah. But anyway, welcome.
Yeah.
Mitch Robinson, great name for an ex-Carlton footballer.
Yeah, it was Shane.
Brizzy Lions.
He was at Brisbane for a bit and then he's gone again, hasn't he?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, look, I'm a greenkeeper by trade. Yeah, I've been in race courses for the last 6 years. Managed one for 18 months and just had to move back home to get closer to the missus. It was just too hard trying to travel, between places all the time and try and manage a race course. So I come back and I've been in irrigation for the last few months and just sort of realised going from being a manager to being managed, it's not great. It's not what I do. And look, I'm in the trade for a reason. I enjoy it. Wanted to push myself and give myself something a bit harder to do. I really enjoyed the management side of things. And a bit like Tom said, the name of gyms is pretty synonymous around everyone. So what's the point in trying somewhere else or trying to be independent when you know the respect and the work you get with gyms?
Okay, William.
Yeah.
Go on you, William.
Just what we'll do.
Yeah, just last 20 years I've got a big background in agriculture. Not really. Oh well, I've done grain, hay, stock, all that stuff, truck driving. Last 2 years I went into something different. I tried my hand at working for a rail company, and they're only just running it into the ground, so I'll be surprised if they're in business in 12 months' time. So I thought I'd get out now and do something completely different, and like most people here, just challenge your working for yourself, and seems like a pretty good lifestyle. So,
Karen.
Yep. So I'm a registered nurse.
Good on you.
Yeah.
Well, I've got the utmost respect for nurses, and sadly they're bleeding from the system too.
100%. It's a very broken system, and there is no solution for it. You're just constantly band-aiding, and it's ineffective, and it's the patients who ultimately pay the price for that.
Yeah. It's really sad.
Yeah.
And that's why you're here, because you're burnt out?
Yeah, and I finally decided to listen to the people who know me better than I know myself, who know that I am a much happier person when I get to work outside and I'm mowing lawns and I'm brush cutting and
You ripper.
So that's pretty much how I spend my spare time.
Good on you, Karen.
Do our lawns and the neighbours and family, and
There's another trend that's emerging, which is a really positive one, that the number of women we're seeing coming here, it's brilliant. Yeah, so fantastic, that's great. And you've got Tim as your franchisor?
Yeah.
Tim's a really good man. Really good man, solid. Now, Karen, I believe you've got an interesting story, I believe. You were going to go to cleaning and you've done a flip and you come to the best division in gyms. Do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself, Karen?
Yeah, so I'm from Melbourne, so I'm with gyms already from last 4 months. I have a cleaning franchise with gyms here. Yeah, now I'm want to change into mowing here. Still I'm doing cleaning here, So I've been there before also. So when I was doing my training last time, yeah. So my first question was to Jim, yeah. So do you guys have enough work here? But yeah, they have here. Now I got my 25 regular clients for cleaning here. So I just separate that business that one. So people are working for me. Now I want to grow business with mowing also.
Brilliant. Good on you, Karen. That's fantastic. Who's your franchisor in cleaning?
Matt for the mowing and Alisa for the cleaning.
Right, excellent. Okay, we had everyone? Everyone's okay. Terrific.